news inside of the week. This being the last week of the whole highly intensive period of time where many has faced tremendous challenge to bring not only company to the top, but also first of all bring it out of the quite difficult situation. As you can see, not always aggressive growth strategy is the best course of actions. Sometimes first you need to stabilize it and only then start to grow it up. Surely, sometimes aggressive growth can bring you even the bigger challenge. Either way, it definitely is a pleasure to see results available here and how much of hard work and analysis as well as competitiveness we can see demonstrated by the participants. Therefore, let's take a look at the results that we have available, and let's start with the amateur league. And so here we have the amateurs. As we can see, Selenia and Campania are here and actually getting stable, more stable and stable. Pretty understandable that a simplified version, and actually the company that is even smaller, will generate less costs. Surely, as this last week may be, decreasing the cost to as much as possible also would be a good solution, or not. You see, decreasing the cost or not buying products will not increase the asset value of the company, which in this case, it's up to you to choose where to invest. It's a good thing, and we see that even though that such a small company is getting back on track and trying to work even harder and sell various combinations of goods. Who knows if they have chosen to develop the business later on. Of course, naturally, getting back and, well, stabilizing the company naturally took quite a lot of time. Hopefully, we will see that this company will get out of the negative cumulative profit and will be at the top. However, we should be very aware that there is a quite big competitor. The Thousand Sunny Limited is quite close here. What we see is an increase and quite bigger company with quite decent product mix, looking forward to fight on. However, if we look closer, even though the revenue is quite big and actually is bigger than Selenia Campania, we see that their profit, however, is not that big. Why? Well, the costs. Considering every line of the costs definitely would help. For example, if we take a look at this structure, you will see that we can see every turn and naturally see every industry, items, regions, products, and by subdivisions. And where there will lie the biggest expenses can be seen here as well. Optimizing these numbers can help you quite a lot. Surely, maybe it's slightly too late, but exploring the world is definitely in your hands. Therefore, being nosy is something that will help you. Alright, so let's see who's in the third place. We see the UCV company, they're still here, still sticking around and trying even more. Question is, however, how much will they generate more profits so far in order to decrease the cumulative profit or cumulative loss they have at the moment? Hopefully, well, I wish them best of luck and hopefully they will manage. As well as Gladki Invest. We've seen a lot of good actions, good numbers from their side. Hopefully this last turn will help them a lot, and who knows, done properly, they might even jump into the third place. Molka Trade is actually one of the good, actually pretty good, strong players as well. Question is, however, will they manage to rise higher because the cumulative loss is pretty high? Well, poor investments definitely bring you down. If we take at the gainers, well, these guys are really strong. Hopefully, they will not make any mistakes and will be high there as well. As regarding the others, we see that there are strong players and some with even some profit. But I guess the last turn will show us what kind of position they can gain through the last week. And now, let's move on to the Professionals League. And naturally, a good question arises. So, the Diana Corporation or ASEM? Both are good. The strategies, however, are different. Either we speak about the full scale retail trade business development, which means both retail trade and restaurants. Although I have to admit there were certain mistakes made with the product mix. However, pretty good decisions were made with the restaurants, and they did pay off. Not many invest into restaurants, but this can be quite a profitable business. Anything can be profitable, I guess, at some point, if you analyze the data in the market properly. Even though the ASM wave is backed down by the revenue, considering the last turn, it is a paper-thin margin. And considering that ASEM, the wave did manage to show quite impressive growth over the course of the whole stage 2, it's a question, will they not be able to shoot out something strong for the last turn? I wouldn't be surprised in their abilities. However, if we take a look at the profit, we see that cumulative profit, well, in this topic, their two are lacking behind quite a lot. What will be the overall end result? Definitely a very good question that nobody could suggest or even guess what it will be. Anything is possible. As you see in the third place, we see all you need is here. The very good, perfect example how small company can actually achieve a lot of success. Now these two motor stores for motorcycles and apparel did appear only later on through the course of the game, and definitely stabilizing and then growing the business was a good solution. Even the profits are not good, not that big, and the revenue is not that big, but stable and quite constant development brought these guys up. A very simple thing: smaller growth, smaller expenses, but short profits definitely get them higher. However, will this calm strategy will help them to stay in the third place? We will see that as well. We see Craiova Fighters climbing back drastically. However, the profits are pretty big. Question is, will they manage to generate even more profits and, well, decrease their cumulative loss compared to the all units here? Chobani International also looking good, doing good, but hardly, well, question is, will they manage to surpass the Craiova Fighters? The Brave, surely one of the good examples of the small company. Hopefully they will generate the positive profit and decrease the cumulative loss, as well as PU Corporation. While we see that there is a sure and clear stable growth in the profits, and we see that some, well, a new store was opened. Good choice. Although could probably that kind of actions should have been done slightly earlier. And right now we also see the Clover, also a good company, small profit, small gains, but still a very stable optimization of the process. Good job. Barosket LLC. The structure of the business, initial business, is intact. Also, additional new companies or new stores are opened for the additional increase in the revenue and naturally profits. And as we see, the business process has been optimized properly as well. A small loss though, but they're growing, which is good. And ZTech, well, probably a sad story for these guys because their growth is tremendous. A very good product combination, as well as the restaurant business also involved, and well, hopefully they will actually grow and do show better results. But however, if we look closer, well, their results are not that well. The revenue looks good, and I do hope they will manage to generate even more profits over the last recalculation, the last turn. Sadly enough, obviously there were quite a lot of investments, and these sadly were not so well calculated, as in this case the cumulative loss wouldn't be that big. So these are generally top 10. What will be the situation after the recalculation? We will see. As this is the last turn, take that into consideration as you plan your operations and you manage your costs. Generating more cost than is unnecessary definitely wouldn't be a good solution. Or investing to achieve a maximum result is also the best choice. It was a pleasure to be with you. It is the last part of the Biz News Insight of the Week. It's been a pleasure, and I hope we will meet in the future in other events. See you, thank you, and goodbye.